Hello. Today we're going to discuss when narcissistic parents want revenge. Narcissists are notoriously vengeful creatures. They can turn anything into them being wronged somehow, and the person who did the wronging deserves revenge. When a girlfriend breaks up with a narcissist, he spreads lies about how unfaithful she was, even though he was the unfaithful one. A narcissist who was fired lies about the company being unfair and a terrible place to work, even though the narcissist is actually the one that did a poor job. Narcissistic parents are no different. If a narcissistic parent feels wronged by her child, no matter the child's age or what the child has done, the narcissistic parent will get revenge on that child. If she is angered by something her child did, then she'll anger the child more. If she is hurt, she'll hurt the child more. Narcissists are also extremely competitive, often mostly with their own children. If a narcissistic mother feels her daughter is prettier than she is, she'll do her best to convince her daughter that she's too fat or too skinny, her hair is the wrong color, her skin is flawed, she's too tall or too short, her body type is wrong. A narcissistic mother will say anything she can think of to hurt her daughter for being prettier than she is. Disobeying a narcissistic parent also brings out their vengeful nature. Just before I turned 17, I asked my narcissistic mother if I could date the man who is now my ex-husband. All my life, my mother said I could date when I turned 16. I thought since I was almost 17 and my friends have been dating for a few years, all would be fine. I was wrong. My mother not only denied saying I could date at 16, but you would have thought I'd committed homicide by asking her if I could. I ended up sneaking around with him at school and work, and when my mother found out, the abuse escalated tremendously. She screamed at me daily, often several times a day, calling me horrible names and accusing me of terrible things that I never did. This is the kind of thing narcissistic parents do when their child disobeys them. As an adult, the abuse isn't usually so blatant, but it still happens. Narcissistic parents may give her adult child the silent treatment, say incredibly cruel and hurtful things, or even lie about the adult child to others, creating a smear campaign and trying to turn other people against her adult child. If you do something better than your narcissistic parent, she may opt to get revenge by disregarding your talent. My mother has always fancied herself a very talented writer. Once I started writing, she did nothing but ignore me when I published a book or criticized my writing. She said it's a waste of time that no one wants to read. Most parents in that situation would be glad to share in the joy of their child's talent. Narcissistic parents aren't most parents, though, and will do their level best to ruin that for their child. Possibly the thing that brings out the most vindictive acts in a narcissistic parent is going no contact. You've taken back your power and no longer will provide your parent with narcissistic supply. Talk about a narcissistic injury. In the narcissistic parent's mind, you must pay for this. Chances are your parent is going around telling anyone and everyone that you are so mean to her. She doesn't understand why you won't speak to her. But then, you were always a difficult child, so it's not so hard to understand. By creating a smear campaign, your narcissistic parent is not only ruining your reputation and damaging your relationships with people you care about, but she's also gaining narcissistic supply. People who believe her lies will pity her and tell her she's a great mom and you have no reason to be so cruel to her. When things like this happen, the best you can do for yourself is to remember that this is about your narcissistic parent, not you. She has a problem, or else she wouldn't act the way she does. Normal, mentally healthy adults don't act like spoiled little bratty kids. You also need to pray. Keep grounded by keeping a close relationship with God. Ask Him often for advice, wisdom, strength, whatever you need to do. Keep your distance. Getting involved with your narcissistic parent after going no contact will not go well for you. It might for a very short time, but it'll be back to a nightmare in no time. Remember, your narcissistic parent can't hurt you anymore. You're an adult now. You don't need to put up with her nastiness. If she starts stalking you or contacts your employer, talk to a lawyer, talk to the police. You have every right to protect yourself. Thank you for watching my video. See you next time.